Alright, hey, what's up? This is Crimson Mockingbird, and I'm doing this right afterwards, so yeah, let's get on with this. So this is the epilogue
When you woke up, he would but stolen
of
by
Gwendolyn's
Helga.
story, which means
Brahm has also
we should be
been
finishing up Gwendolyn's part,
and I don't know what to
and
do.
if all the other segments of the game are of the similar length, then that means we should have about well, considering I think there's 4 more characters, so 28, and then maybe 5 more for the last section. We should have like 33 more.
A place the living cannot go. 'Tis impossible for you to rescue him.
No. I know of one person who is able to make this possible.
Who?
The Demon Lord, Odin.
So she's gonna go back to Odin to have her go to the Netherworld.
You're looking slightly thinner. I've been waiting for you, Gwendolyn. I have heard of your exploits. Assaulting the enemy with just one spear. Retrieving the ring from those cunning and shrewd lasses. As long as we have the power to control the cauldron, their plans will go awry. You are the most wonderful daughter in the cosmos. You are as precious as that ring. Now, present your king with the treasures of victory.
This ring represents a bond with someone special. I cannot let it go.
Now she's defying
The
Odin.
reason I have come today is to inquire about how to enter the Netherworld.
What foolishness is this? Give me the ring.
You should know, Father, since you travel there to collect crystals. Will you please hear my request? Please, Father.
A daughter that has been banished wishes to make a deal with her father, the king of the nation? Very well. In exchange for the ring, I shall escort you to the Netherworld's border.
Father.
Now, hand me the ring.
No. Not until I make it back from the Netherworld.
Ooh, negotiating last. As well as he already, you know, he still kind of loves her, so he can't, you know, he can't bring himself to straight up just kill her. By the way, if you notice, I'm actually a slightly higher level than I was at the end of the previous one. The reason I did that is because I actually decided to go back through some other sections. There's still one skill for her that I've been able to obtain, you know, from the previous levels, which isn't too bad, all things considering. Ghosts. I already have one of those. Albeit considering it's telling me to make one, I'm guessing I might need it. So it might be a good thing to have on hand, you know. Hate to run into a situation where it's just like, and you're screwed. Instead, it seems like I could throw it into some other concoctions as well. Really, so these guys, they're effective against these guys. But it doesn't seem like it's required. So she's going to face probably Brigand again, if I was a betting man, I would bet that she would fight Brigand. Oh, here they are. Why is it that they only want to give me bones? Please give me an S. Oh, I just barely got an S. Every good thing is now requiring a Napple. And of course, there's Shine there. Probably have to go through here to obtain stuff. So I'm not sure. Will Flash stun any enemy, or is it just ghostly enemies? These ghostly enemies, though, seem way more creepy than some of the other enemies I fought before. I think it's just due to the fact that it's just like they're undead, I guess. Ah, I couldn't get S. But back to point. So like, seems like some of the stuff that they're doing here has really been leading up to something, like something super important, which, like I said, I'm kind of hoping might be, well, not really hoping. Honestly, I don't really want to fight Brigand again. I already hated him enough as it was. Like, I was like, I knew he was evil. I knew he was evil. Why is it no one was paying attention? This one, I guess. How many more do you need? Wow. You're kind of creepy.
You'll not hand over my trade, eh? Why didn't you say you had my greed is the very reason I'm down here.
Area map. That. Ugh, all this stuff is like bad. Drain. Ooh, I have no idea why, but some of that stuff just seems like it'd be so good.
I will pet my greed.
Oh, no, not that. Item box. No, I don't want to sell the bones. I forgot about those bones. So, there's a certain game I'm thinking of trying out. It's called Blade and Soul. Now, I actually was originally allowed to play the beta when it was actually first coming out. And I'm talking about the North American beta, not the, other beta. But I was not sure on it, like, that's what people would want me to play. Which, don't get me wrong, I do care about what you guys want me to play, but also I want to play what I want to play. Otherwise, what would be the point of it, If you're like doing a job that you hate. I'm doing this because I love playing games, and I'm sure that there's plenty that people don't know about, or know very little about. Throw a bone at you. Throw another bone at you. That's just so weird. Throw a bone! Oh, that's so nasty. That reminds me a little bit of Oogie Boogie from A Nightmare Before Christmas. Where he was like full of worms and other insects. I don't know. It just this creature just sort of reminds me of it, which is really quite nasty because Oogie Boogie was a nasty character, not just personality-wise, but appearance-wise. I mean, he was like horribly disgusting. I'm even thinking of doing some, like, top 10 places. From animes and video games. Just because there's some things that are just, like, so OP that just, like, how can they be allowed to even exist in that universe? They're so OP. Oh, he's so close to death. I'm gonna use a potion. Oh, but yeah, so I actually went back and played through some of the other, to go back and get some of the stuff that, originally didn't have, or, went back and pretty much S-ranked a lot of the stuff. And I will tell you, like, so pretty much the levels at that point were all 30 to go back and play through them. And it was just like, at level 43, it's like, it is so OP to just destroy them. And part of you are thinking, that seems kind of unfair. I don't have how quickly I can just destroy these guys. But then I remember that I don't really care. Brownie, no, let's do egg on toast. Almost there. Munch. Now here's the thing. So I am planning on playing Blade and Soul because it's always kind of interesting. But if you guys are kind of interested in it, then when I plan on playing it, I'll probably mention something on like Twitter or something, and just like, you know, just kind of inform you guys. And it's like, what would you guys like to see me play as? You know, I'll do like a quick look inside of it, sort of figure out what kind of characters they have. You know, class, you know, stuff like that. And I'll probably pick like, you know, it's like, if they have more than 3, I'll probably say like, you know, I'll probably choose like my 3 favorite ones that I would want to play as, and it's just like, okay, which of these would you guys want to see me play as? You know, I probably won't do it too often, but it'd be like, oh, that's really interesting, so I'm just going to, it's like, you know what, I'm going to play Blade and Soul in a while. I'm going to record that, you know, and I might not record it all in sequential order. You know, and that'd probably be one of them that I would really cut down on what I would show. Gunganir. That reminds me of an anime that I was actually watching over 4th of July weekend, you know, pretty much breaking the boredom. But it was called Symphogear. And I completely binged watched like all 3 of the seasons that I had on Crunchyroll. And wow, does that anime get like crazy. Now for those that you haven't seen it, I won't really mention too much, but like, it really goes in depth on a lot of stuff, and actually takes some of our known history and actually changes it to sort of fit it a little bit. But the main character, and I mean not, so pretty much like there's like, each season they pretty much double, you know, their main character class, group. So that should sort of tell you something, but it's really interesting to sort of see how they alter some history to sort of fit into their universe better. One of them would be, now this isn't really too much of a spoiler, but like the Tower of Babel. You know, the mythical building that supposedly, you know, man tried reaching up to heaven, and then God sent down a lightning bolt, and then, I think it was lightning bolt, like sent down lightning and destroyed the tower. You know, it makes references like that. But it does it in a way that they meld it within their own universe. Like some mythical weapons are now, you know, the stuff that they use. like Gungnir is actually one of them, so that sort of reminded me of it. Unavailable. So the map is unavailable, I think. I have no idea what to even expect. No, get back here. I feel like I'm in danger here, but I don't know why. That was really kind of weird. It's like they had her there, and I felt like there was some sort of danger looming, but then nothing really happened to me. You know, I didn't get injured, I didn't get nothing. It was just like there just to more along the lines of just sort of scare you. You know, what's really there. Wow, this one might be a long one. I don't care about going there. That's locked. Boss level. Let's go see if we can take on the boss. I thought like something was there. Oh, I should also mention this. I am not at all affiliated with Crunchyroll, so don't, you know, think, oh, he's just trying to, you know, try and sell us on Crunchyroll, you know. Which, by the way, if you're an anime fan, a lot of people will have to say that Crunchyroll is the way to go. So I might come back to that later, considering what level it'll look like. Hey, didn't I see you earlier? You're the one who took Oswald. Wow, he is not really like being affected at all to my attacks. Like, I mean, he's taking damage, but I mean, like, he's not being stunned or really, you know, being put off center, you know. It's really kind of disorienting, really. Magic potion, shine. There we go, okay. Oh, and my shine even works on him. To a degree. Sadly, I can't juggle him like some of the other bosses. But he's still not too hard of an enemy right now, but I've said that before, and it quickly turned around and bit me in the butt. There you are. What are you? That was really kind of weird, just all of a sudden him turning into like some sort of bird thing. one of those times that I didn't want it to activate. Like I said before, some of those activate at like the worst possible times. Killer Cloud. I should have just done this from the beginning. Sadly, he doesn't seem to really want to stay in one place. Thank you. Awesome abilities. Thank you. Ah, gimme. Sadly, because I didn't kill him in the amount of time, it dropped me down from an S to an A. But no big deal. I gotta kill him. I have avenged Oswald! And that gnome dude that I really didn't care about. Okay, I have a quick question for you guys. Did you actually care about the gnome dude? I care about the rabbit chick. I don't care about the gnome dude, though. Like, personally for me, that gnome dude didn't really care for him. Luckily, this isn't one of them that is like rank based. I can just beat the heck out of them and just sort of take my time. Oh, I have a question for you guys. Are you excited for any of those like Marvel or DC ones? Like personally, I went and saw Batman vs Superman Day 1. Well, like a lot of people's complaints, it felt like they were trying to stick in the Justice League movie, Batman vs Superman, and Death of Superman, and like a shit ton more all in one. It's like, why? You easily could have done that over the course of like, you easily could have done a Batman vs Superman, and then easily have just sort of finessed your way into those other ones, but instead you just hop straight into it without any regard for the content. Or there's that new Ghostbusters one, which, by the way, mind you, I don't care that the new Ghostbusters are all female. I don't care. Like, I don't mind that, you know, that all of them are female. What I care about is that it's like, they're trying to sell it as a sequel, yet not a sequel, and the director himself just seems to be acting like a complete, like, crybaby about it. You know, like when people were saying, you know, were giving it hate online, he was saying, like, he was like dissing on like nerds and other stuff like that, where it's like, oh, you're complaining too much about it. It's like, well, maybe if you were making a good movie, then we wouldn't have to complain too much. And then so much other stuff that just, so much craziness is going on right now. It's like people have lost, to me, it feels like a lot of people have lost like perspective on a lot of things. You know, that in reality they didn't really need to lose perspective on. It was one short. One short. I just love those situations where it's like that, where it's like I'm one short of it. Like for example, during the Steam Summer Sale, which went on, like it's like on one of them I was like, I am 3 cents off. 3 cents off because of tax. And I was just like, that kind of sucks. A lot. You know, because the Steam Summer Sale is like one of like the main times that you're just like, you can get like amazing deals on stuff. And it's just like, I was that close. I was that off from owning the item that I would want. And it's like, it made me kind of disappointed. It's like, how? Why? Why is it that I was this off? It's like and I'm not dissing on like Steam in any way. Steam is an amazing platform. I know people give it shit because of like the main Steam dude, but I mean, you know, haters gonna hate. It's like, I know that all the people that might be watching my videos, which hopefully there's more, you know, I'm sorry I haven't really had a chance to check. Just really been kind of busy with trying to make sure I get all these done in preparations for when I start, so that way I can, you know, get prepared for my Resident Evil-iness with my buddy. But yeah, it's like, it felt very, it's like there are multiple times where it's just like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's better than some others. For example, I really kind of hated that for some reason EA decided that they had to create their own. Or how I thought it was really stupid that EA tried to go and sell their EA Now, is it called? I don't know. Whatever it is. To Sony, right after Sony had announced its PlayStation Go. Which, by the way, the PlayStation Go, I've never used it. So I'm not going to say if it's good or bad. For me, I don't really plan on using it because I still own a PS3. Because unlike the Xbox 360, Sony didn't abandon its previous console pretty much immediately. You know? I mean, they're still releasing some PS3 games on it, you know? It's like, but Microsoft doesn't seem to care. It's like, oh look, it's like, maybe that's one of the things they need to learn, is to not immediately just shut off. It's like, everyone's gonna want our newest console. It's like, not everyone can afford your newest console. That's the thing. For some, it took them like, you know, they had to wait until until the Christmas after, if not later, to transfer over. It's like the reason was because, why? Because like they had to, you know, they couldn't own it at the time, and you know, maybe that's one of the things they need to kind of learn is, you know, just because you're making it doesn't mean it's immediately going to be a seller. You know? Like, I know for a fact, when I start doing, you know, make my own, like, visual novels or other video games, it's like, I know that it's not going to immediately be, you know, me making buco bucks, you know, and stuff like that, or, you know, me being able to, you know, claim super high regards. You know, they're gonna be decent, you know, I would expect. But I'm not really, you know, gonna put myself on a pedestal and just say like, oh yes, they're absolutely amazing. And it seems like I entirely lost my train of thought on that. I've been having that too often lately. Yeah. I will just say that, you know, even though these Vanillaware games might not have like super over the top, you know, complicated stuff or anything like that, they have like the most beautiful art style like that I've seen in like most video games. Like, this is something that, you know, that they show a lot of love for, you know. And I will have to say it, you know, even though some people give them crap for like, you know, it's like, look at like their previous game. I'm pretty sure it was considered as their previous game. Dragon's Crown. I can't remember if Dragon's Crown came out before Muramasa and the Demon Blade or whatever, or if it came out afterwards. But in that one, it's like Sorceress and Amazon were very busty ladies. You know, they were not hiding that that was, you know, male fan service. Okay, but here's the thing: Dwarf and Soldier were very muscular and buff dudes. So it's like, sure, you can try and give them a little bit of hate, you know, saying, oh, it's like all fan service. Well, yeah, but the deal is that it's also female fan service there. It's like, Dwarf was, you know, they were pretty cool, you know, characters, but it's like, in reality, would guys want to look at some buff dudes running around? No, of course not. I mean, unless you're gay, which there's nothing wrong with being gay. But, you know, most guys, it's, you know, seeing those busty ladies and it's like, nice. But it's like, but they have fan service for girls too, you know. It's like, that's one of the things that a lot of people have to get, you know, learn is, you know, sure, you might, you know, go like, oh, it's... Sorry about that. Hopefully... I'm gonna turn you off. Sorry about that. But, you know, it's like, it's like, why? Why are you trying to hate on it so much? It's like, there's no reason to hate on them. And that's sort of one of the bad things that's currently going on with the video game industry is, I'm all, you know, like I mentioned in some of my previous ones, like, I'm all for women's rights. You know, I'm totally for, you know, that they should get equal pay, you know, all this kind of stuff. But what I don't understand is, you know, which is happening in like a lot of like race stuff too right now. Okay, is they're like, I want all the benefits of being equal. You know, I want, you know, everything that comes with being equal, which is, you know, like going with the gender thing, you know, equal pay, you know, stuff like that. But it kind of feels wrong to me because then it's just like, it's like, okay, if you want all this equalness, then it's really hard for me to accept whenever they claim all this, you know, fan service stuff, because then it's just like, yeah, but if you look right there, that's a dude that's totally fan servicing women, and it's like it's like whenever that stuff happens, you know, I mean, look at what is it? Magic Mike, I think it was, that movie. I don't know. It was some chick flick where it was about male dancers. And I was just like, okay, that's totally lady fan service. And it's like, I don't care what you say, that's totally lady fan service. But it's like, to them, they don't see it that way. And the reason is because if they see it that way, then they have to admit that, you know, that there's only so much that they should be allowed to get away with then too, you know. But then, like, it's like back in high school, like, I'm going along with this, going over to the race thing now. There's this dude in high school, absolutely hated him. Not because of his race or anything like that, but because he was such an obnoxious person. Also, he was one of those that you disagree with anything he said, and he immediately would play the race card. You know. Oh, you're only hating on me because of this. You're only disagreeing with me because of my race. You know, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I don't care. It's like, if you're obnoxious, I don't care what race you are. You're obnoxious. But then, here's the thing. He actually would make racist comments about me. And it's like, wow. So you're claiming all this race stuff, and then what do you immediately go and do? You go and play the freaking. It's like then you immediately call some. You immediately use some racist slur or racist comments, you know, to trying to meet me. Which I didn't really care. I was just like, I don't care. You're some loser that isn't worth me getting upset over when he would try and, you know, say anything racist about me. That was the thing. I didn't really care. But what I did care was when he tried saying that I was being racist. I was just like, I said nothing to you other than you need to shut up because you're talking too much in class. You know, it's like the teacher was talking, then he was in the back of the class, you know, just completely like talking, would not shut up. And then I would tell him, you know, then I would say like, hey dude, you need to be quiet, I'm trying to pay attention to class. And he would immediately say, oh, you're just saying that because I'm black. I'm just like, when did I say anything that would be like that? You know, and I tried not to even really care too much about him. Which, by the way, so here's the kicker of like this entire story of why I really wanted to tell you this, because it's like, if you deal with these type of people, here's what I found out very early on, is most of the time they get their comeuppance in the most beautiful of ways. So this guy, full ride scholarship to some college because he was a mediocre basketball player, in my opinion. In a lot of people's opinion, he was a mediocre basketball player. But, like, so he got a full ride scholarship. You know what he goes and tries to do? He tries to rob a Dunkin' Donuts. And he threatens a lady with a knife. He also apparently, like, tried to... He, like, roped in a buddy of his into doing this. And his buddy immediately ratted him out. And he went to prison for it. And I'm just like... And it's like, dude, you had a full ride scholarship that, first off, you had no reason to have. You know, like I said, he was mediocre at best. It's like, you had no reason to have that. But it's just like... It's like, you know, all that stuff that you did to me, it just makes it... It makes tolerating it, those 6 years I had to deal with him, because I had to deal with him even through middle school, and just like tolerating those 6 years of you made it totally worth seeing you fall. And it's like, it's just so beautiful whenever that stuff happens. Because, you know, that's when the truth of it is just so beautiful. It's like, now everyone knows what I knew about you. Okay, so that shine ability will actually take out the ghost enemies that normally I wouldn't be able to hit. What else? Oh yeah. So next year, I'm saying next year because they'll have it next year. But I will be going to Emerald City Comic-Con with a buddy of mine. Also, I will be going to SakuraCon potentially. Which, that would be sick. But if there's some of you that are in, you know, some of you that are watching, and if you guys are going to it, you know, that'd be pretty kick-ass, you know, just being able to talk to you, see you, give you a high five. You know, stuff like that. Never know. Interesting stuff can happen at Comic-Cons. Hey, no dirty thoughts down there. I know the mind of the internet, it's all dirty thoughts. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, what Comic-Cons or, you know, conventions have you guys gone to? You know, are you primarily the, you know, like, with me, with a lot of the E3 stuff, it's like, I'll watch it from the comfort of my living room, you know, from a thing, because I don't want to have to pay to try and get a ticket to go to that convention. Or are you the type that, you know, hates watching it there and just wants to be in person? Personally, for me, that, you know, like stuff like SakuraCon or Comic-Con, I wouldn't mind going to. But stuff like E3 is like, I would want to go to, but there'd be no way I'd be able to see everything that was there. And that would make me so sad.
Don't delude yourself into thinking that you'll leave here alive.
Great Queen of the Dead, please let Oswald
Like
go.
I said,
Please return
some
my husband.
total MILF fan service right there.
Well, well.
I mean, if you're into
So you
skeleton
go
ladies.
running after your master like a lapdog.
Oswald!
His life has been given to me in exchange for power. He walks along the abyss of eternal death while serving alongside me. He was pledged to be mine before he ever met you. You are a nuisance to us. Allow me to personally extinguish your life.
The Valkyrie do not fear death, and if death cannot be avoided, then I welcome my fate. But losing Oswald to you is more painful than death itself.
You go, girl.
So you say. You have no idea. What do you plan to do with that spear made from my jewels? Look around you. Many souls merge together to become crystals, then return to the world above. You're risking your very soul by playing with that spear. And now the time has come to receive your punishment.
Odette, Queen of the Dead. I'm trying to figure out what her weak point is. That lantern seems to be a pretty awful nuisance. Where are you going? Oh, so what'd you guys think of that Skyrim special edition for the PS4? Personally, I wouldn't mind getting it for the sole purpose of just, you know, being able to play through Skyrim again with, you know, better graphics and stuff like that. But I know, like, but for me, I don't feel like the price is worth it. You know, I mean, it's the normal price of a game. And it's just like, oh, if I want to do it that way, I almost feel like PC would be the way to go with it. I know everyone says, you know, PC's way better with all that kind of stuff, but it's like, yeah, but it's a little bit more inconsistent, you know, it's like, you know, with some of that stuff. So it's like, sure, it'd be nice, but it's like, yeah, parts of it are also kind of inconvenience-wise. Eat the full lamb. Now throw the bone at her. I wonder if this will stun her. It will not. Okay. So lesson learned. That will not do anything against her. Oh, those are so creepy. Okay, that's really kind of disturbing. Oh, did any of you guys play Killer is Dead? This reminds me of a little bit. When all of a sudden, that Alice girl, like, grew like a weird centipede thing from her. That was really creepy. But this reminds me of it. Where'd you go? Oh. Don't give me that weird spider thing again. That's uber creepy. Okay, let's see if I have any potions that can help. Let's throw down a whirlwind. A killer cloud, which I'm going to boost to level 7. Which, sorry about this, but we might get... No, we're not getting any. Okay, so when used against boss enemies, it does relatively well. When used against things such as, like, a whole swarm of enemies, it does terrible. Okay, drink an elixir. Momentarily invincible. Eat lamb chops. Eat! Eat, my precious! You need to eat! Otherwise you're gonna die. Didn't last as long as I was hoping. Cyclone. And Volcano. She disappears at like the worst possible time for me. So I heard that a lot of people are thinking that VR is just going to be a fad. It's like, you know what? I would agree with you if it was back when VR first came out, you know, the Oculus Rift and all that. I would have totally agreed with you at that point. But considering how it's gone now, it's like really hard to say that it's just a fad. Sorry, I'm trying to come up with something to say in that last couple bits because we were almost done.
Both the living and the dead could exist in this land. Because I bridge the gap between these two worlds. Now those that are still alive will forever be barred from entering. The path will close and all ties to your world will be severed. Death will become more horrifying and abominable than ever before. When the world sees its demise, remember the fury you unleashed.
So, am I somehow unleashing the end of the world stuff? Yes, take Oswald.
Oswald!
Gwendolyn, hold on.
Odin to the rescue!
The netherworld has been sealed. The only way to enter that land now is to accept death. There is no other way.
Oswald, you're awake.
The only thing that can overcome death is pure love. I can no longer collect crystals from the netherworld. But if I can regain the ring and the cauldron, I have no need for them. Fulfill your promise. Give me the ring.
This is a symbol of Oswald's love. Right now, it represents all I am. If you take this away, there will be nothing left of me. If you must take it, my life must be taken too.
Gwendolyn.
Stop this nonsense. What you believe to be everything is merely an illusion. You are married because I ordered it.
Love is an illusion to begin with. I do not fear losing honor, but I am terrified of losing this illusion.
You fool! Are you saying you will sacrifice your life and your pride just for love?
Stop it! Do you really want to do this to your own child?
This is unforgivable. You're ruining my plans, but my dear, beloved daughter. Look at your father. I am powerless against your decisions. If I am to be any kind of father, I must show you compassion. Do as you wish.
Father,
Silence. Speak no more, disloyal one. Holder of the Belter Reaver, I entrust my daughter to you.
Yes! She gained back Oswald! I'm excited!
Gwendolyn, It pains me to keep you with me, knowing that you have such conflicting feelings. But even though I knew that, I could not stop myself from pursuing you.
Oswald, I do not mind if my emotions have been caused by a spell. If I can be by your side, I will endure any hardship.
You are a shining star that lit my way as I roamed the darkened earth. Until I met you, my heart was empty.
When I met you on that battlefield, it almost killed you.
Now it is different. I have experienced both happiness and fear. Happiness in experiencing the light that is your love, and fear of losing it. A light that is more precious than life itself.
It will never disappear. My love will shine like the stars forever.
I feel like something bad is gonna happen. And these type of love stories, in reality, something, you know, in like the original Grimm fairy tales and stuff like that, something bad usually happens. That bird flew off from her shadow. There's something creepy about that bird. I still say that there's something creepy about that bird. So I wonder if this is the end. Gwendolyn ending. Yes, we have completed Gwendolyn's ending. And we are now back. And in the next episode, we will go with Cornelius, the Puka Prince. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. If you disliked this video, please hit that dislike button. And I promise it won't hurt my feelings. Either way, please leave a comment down below. If you want to see more videos when they're released, please hit that subscribe button. And I am Crimson Mockingbird. And I will see you down the next rabbit hole. See ya!